The next information we are going to discuss upon the credential information. So under credential information, it is all about the authentication. Basically, you can use multiple ways to authenticate on corporate laptop, desktop, or any website which is hosted outside, or maybe your email website, right? So under this authentication basically come the single factor authentication. So under this we use only username and password. So we do not use any additional information, just your username and password, right? But if your corporate has been enabled one more login information, which is like using the one-time password, that come under the multi-factor authentication. Now let's try to consider here, if corporate is only using the single factor authentication to log in into the desktop, laptop, or any hosted website, and if attacker has this information, then what kind of impact it may have on those corporate data. So the first attack can come by hacking the username and password, that is phishing email. Now let's take an example. The attacker was able to hack into one of the manager into finance department of the company, right? Now what he will do, basically he will first search through the email if he can find any valuable information, as well as like what kind of information he can take advantage of, right? Now let's say he is able to see one of the email that this manager is going on vacation in couple of days, and this is his like flight ticket and what time he's going to board the flight, right? Now he will take like that situation as an opportunity. While manager is like in the flight, he will send an email just before that to his office colleague that you need to transfer this money as soon as possible. Since he's in flight or going to board the flight, he cannot answer the call, so just let him know that once the transfer is done. Now after getting this email, the office colleague will think little bit that it need to be transferred. The thing is happened because the email has come from the internal office, right? Because sometimes what happen, if the email is coming from the outside, some of the email security has been enabled, it warn you that the email has been come from the outside, right? But in this situation, this email has been come from the inside because it is already hacked, right? So office colleague might think, I guess this is legit email, and his boss or her boss has asked her to like transfer the money as soon as possible. There must be some situation, right? So there are the chances the colleague might transfer the money, but after boss has been landed to the destination, he might get the information that some money has been transferred, and he was able to understand there was phishing has been happened, right? So there could be many scenarios that phishing can be attempted once the credential has been hacked by the attacker. Now what is the solution for such kind of attack? Well, the first solution has to be enable multi-factor authentication. Let's say if this attacker was able to know the username and password, but still he need the multi-factor authentication as a one-time password or facial recognition or the fingerprint. So the enabling MFA is really important step here. The another login security you can enable, which is using the CAPTCHA. So sometimes companies, they enable the CAPTCHA where some of the attacker did do the brute force attack by using the password dictionary or something like that, right? So what happens here, when you are enabling the CAPTCHA, even the bot is trying to guess your password and doing the brute force attack like every minute or second, the CAPTCHA will secure that you need to type whatever has been written in the CAPTCHA, so that bot cannot go to the another step. So CAPTCHA enabling can also be a good step here. Now the next step would be to user awareness training. This is really important step for any corporate office to let their user aware about the phishing, how phishing happens, right? Sometimes user come from as a fresher and they do not know what kind of phishing attack happens. So sometimes they get the email from the outsider and they just click upon the link. So clicking upon the link basically can redirect them to expose their credential to the attacker, right? So such kind of training is really important for the users, and especially if it come to if user is going to join into accounting or in a finance department, for them it is really important for them to understand. Now the next step would be to always confirm by making a call. For example, in our attacking situation, if the attacker send you an email that just transfer the money, and user doesn't know like whether she should be transferring money, or if boss is like traveling abroad and he might be in flight, then she should not take the decision without confirming the boss. Or what she could do, she could reach out to another manager from the same department or different department just to confirm the information she had received, whether it is legit or not. Or what she could do, she can reach out to the IT department as well. So in the IT department, the security team will investigate when the link has been come, whether it is coming from the proper source or not. So it is good step to involve IT when it's necessary. So this is for now, and I will see you in the next one.